Um, Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Volunteer Awards portion of our NPS program tonight. In case some of you weren't in attendance at the previous roundtable about an hour ago, I'm Luke Jordan. I'm the Recreation Planner for the National Park Service for the North Country Trail. Previously also serving in the role as the Volunteer Coordinator part-time for the trail. And we actually have the entire NPS staff helping out with this award show tonight. So usually this is an annual thing that takes place at our annual celebration. Obviously this year, because of COVID, things are a little bit different. So we're doing it virtually instead, bringing it to you in your own homes. Before we get into the awards, I wanted to start off with a couple other things, but also want just to kind of summarize. Every year we use this opportunity to recognize volunteers that have accumulated certain levels of hours during their time with the trail, starting out with 100 hours, 200, up to 400, and so forth. So before we get into the actual awards, I wanted to just give you a little bit of a like a recap of things that NPS and the volunteers have accomplished basically since last year's celebration. So let's go ahead. So this is for previous fiscal year, is where these stats are coming from. So we had a total of 1,058 volunteers, which is actually an uptick from the previous year. And our accumulated hours was a huge jump from last year. We had over 83,000, which if you convert those hours of service into kind of hard dollars, there is a conversion for that, and the value changes a little bit every year. That was over $2 million last year, which is pretty amazing. So we got a lot accomplished for sure. And then a couple specific things that we accomplished last year with the volunteer program and also with NPS staff kind of involved at various levels. We were able to successfully respond and mitigate to several infrastructure impacts all across the trail. Related to safety, we were able to safely coordinate 4 chainsaw trainings for all of our chapters in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and some of them in Michigan. We were able to train over 60 volunteers, and I think about a third of those were new people. So it was good to see some new faces out there. We had a pretty big significant moment specific to the NPS, where on the 2 properties that we own, we had our first archaeology surveys done last year. And I was able to go out and assist in the field when the archaeologists from the regional office came out. And at the same time, we did have, on the one in Wisconsin, we did have a volunteer come out and assist as well. So that was a new thing for us, and it was great, big milestone. And a bunch of new certifications last year, including one in Vermont, pretty immediately after the legislation happened. They had about 16 miles of trail that was ready to go and get the NPS stamp of approval. So we jumped on that, had a quick conversation with the folks there in Vermont, and officially added 16 miles to our 8th state on the trail. And a new thing that NCTA rolled out kind of at the end of 2018 was continue last year with the crew leader trainings. I was able to attend one of those myself in Baldwin, Michigan, and we had at least 3 additional ones. We had courses in Ohio, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So thank you all for the volunteers who came out and attended those trainings. That was great. And as usual, we usually hand these bandanas out at the celebration. They are available this year. Believe it or not, it's the trail's 40th anniversary. We were designated back in 1980. A little bit of an anticlimactic year for that, but you will be receiving some of these in the mail, kind of a set number. I think we sent 20 to each chapter, but if you would like more, just send me an email. I'll get as many as you need out to you. We got plenty left over. And so that's kind of my little my summary spiel. So from then I'll pass it on to Steph to go through the first award category.
Hi there, I'm Steph Ligori, and if you missed my introduction earlier, I am the new specialist in the National Environmental Policy Act with the National Park Service, and I'm really excited to present the 100-hour awards. They will be receiving this pin here that's on the screen. And let's see, the 100-hour recipients are Tracy Anderson, Harry Blackstone, Mike Bradley, Dan Campbell, Tom Dolly, Ian Kotz, Tom Minnick, Renee Penny, Thomas Rohr, William T. Smith, Laura Thomas, and the NMU Conservation Crew. Congratulations. Thank you so much for at least 100 hours on the North Country Trail. Thank you. And I'm going to pass it on to Ken for the 200 hour.
Hello again, everyone. It's Ken Hendrickson, the trail manager, and I'm here to thank our 200-hour recipients. And your award is a Nalgene water bottle with dual logo, National Park Service, and the trail logo. Very nice bottle. I have one in my hand here if you can see it on the camera, and then Luke has included it in the slide here as well. And I will do my best to pronounce these names correctly, but I'm going to beg your forgiveness in advance. But so for our 200-hour recipients, we have Leslie Aker, Catherine Albert, Luke Albert, Tracy Anderson, Danny Austin, Patricia Belkey, Stephen Belkey, Terry Blackstone, Dan Campbell, Tom Dolly, Linda DeYoung, Steve Hadding, Kenneth Holst, Mark King, Michael Loscheider, Brian Lautzheiser, Kevin Mackey, Tom Meineck, Lou Morrison, Hannah Mowry, Kent Norden, Renee Penny, Timothy Rocky, Thomas Rohr, Stephen Sondral, Jan Ulfert Stewart, William Stone, and Laura Thomas. So thank you to all our 200-hour recipients. Now I'm going to pass this on to Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick Loazzo, the Volunteer Program Manager, and I'm excited to announce those that meet the 400-hour milestone. They'll be receiving an embroidered long sleeve shirt with your name. Terry Blackstone, Eric Campbell, Mary Campbell, Mike Chappell, Deborah Charleston, Judy Conrad, Robert Courteau, Richard Glasgow, Tina Harkins, Steve Hadding, Byron Henry, James Hopp, Carl Jensen, David Kazmierzak, Thomas Lane, Jill Norden, Tom Norton, Richard Austheimer, Renee Penny, Mark Roberts, James Rowan, Jan Ulfert Stewart, Tim Van Nest, John Willis, and Jean Wimmer. So thank you for your dedications and contributions to the trail.
Cool, and it's Luke again, and I'll be presenting the 1,000-hour awards. For that category, we got some nice embroidered fleece vests for you all. So this year's recipients of the 1,000-hour award, we have Mel Bauman, Jim Bradley, Eric Campbell, Mary Campbell, Brian Hager, Tracy Hager, Pat Hayes, Frank Lynn, Mary Moberg, Derek Passy, Kevin Schramm, Mark Wadapian, and Ellie Williams. Thank you so much for your dedication to the trail. That's really impressive. And on that same note, I'll also be presenting the next award, which is our 2,500-hour recipients. This one is kind of that next step up, and it's a nice, I guess they call it a flight jacket. Same thing with personal embroidery, and then you get the volunteer patch sewed on the side. We had quite a few of these this year. We had Carol Detry, Tom Garnett, Renee Grishella, Becky Heisey, Herb Hulls, Suzanne Hulls, Jerry McCarty, Joe Allen Sokolowski, and Matthew Williams. Thank you so much to those volunteers. That's a huge accomplishment. And I'll pass it on to Chris for the next set of awards.
So good evening and congratulations everyone. This is Chris Laudenslager. I'm the superintendent for the North Country National Scenic Trail, and I'm very pleased and honored to be able to present the 4,000 Hour President's Call of Service Award. This year, the 4,000 Hour recipients received the pin, the certificate, and a letter from the White House commending them for their achievement. And the recipients are Kathleen Isley with the Central New York chapter, and John Pearson with the Brule St. Croix chapter. So thank you very much for the 4,000 hours of service to the trail. So I wanted to take a moment to thank every volunteer who spends the time, provides the backbone and everything that makes the trail the trail. Every hour matters, and while we're giving awards for achievements and accumulations of hours spent over many years of service, I can't overstate how important each individual volunteer's service and dedication is to the trail. So thank you all on behalf of the entire National Park Service for all the work that you do for the trail and all the assistance that you provide on behalf of the National Park Service. And so in closing tonight's ceremony, again, it is a distinct honor and privilege to present the 10,000 Hour Award. I don't know if everyone's screen is actually big enough to see the plaque that's being presented, but this year's 10,000 Hour Award goes to Marty Swank with the Schwamagon chapter. Marty has certainly been part of many conversations with the trail, has been involved for so long, and has given so much to the trail. So thank you, Marty, and congratulations on this absolutely amazing milestone. So thank you very much. So thank you, volunteers. Certainly your dedication and your service is so critically important. And with this past year that we've had with so many challenges and so many difficulties, it was a difficult year for all of us. And so, continue to do the great work that you do. Please continue to work safely each and every day, and stay safe, both in your personal and trail life as well, because we can't do it without you. And we look forward to having you back after the coronavirus, after things settle down and we move on to next year. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your participation. And again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much.